And there it is, folks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It has happened. Juan Soto has signed with the New York Mets 15 years, $765 million. It is the biggest deal ever, ever in the history of the sport. The New York Mets have their franchise right fielder for the next almost quarter of a century, 15 years. It'll take them to 41. Reportedly, there's no deferred money. Jeff Passan with the tweet. The escalators can make it reach over $800 million, but it is the largest deal in professional sports history. This is history in the making, and it's here. And, I had a good source that told me Friday night, I got a text. 15 years, $750 million. Announcing Sunday night / Monday morning, 15 / 750. I tweeted out there. I got ridiculed by so many people. You know no one. You know nothing. Who are you? You making stuff up. You're reading Twitter, blah, blah, blah. And it happened. Now, obviously, we're 15 million off, 1 million a year off, which I'm sure got added because the Yankees probably got close to that 750 mark. And we'll find out in the coming hours, in the coming days, what the money got to, who got who, who offered what. But in the end, Uncle Stevie said, I have deeper pockets than you. I wipe my butt with $750 million. And he got to 765. And, I try to tell everyone this. The structure was in place for the Mets. The richest owner, one. His friend in Francisco Lindor, two. A stadium that he loves playing in, that he's had incredible success, more success than anywhere else, Citi Field, three. A Latino manager, a team set up for success for now and the future, and the most money. And the deed is done. Juan Soto's a New York Met. God, it feels good. And listen, is it an overpay? Of course it's an overpay. Is Juan Soto worth $765 million? No, of course not. But I think this was Steve Cohen making a statement and letting the rest of the league know the Mets are here and they're taking this serious. They want to win now. They want to win this year. So, a lot of people didn't think he would leave the Yankees. And I try to tell everyone he's leaving. I try to tell you he is leaving the Yankees. More money, better opportunity. And he's got 15 years with Lindor, with Steve Cohen, with now Carlos Mendoza. This is the place for Juan Soto. It was not the Bronx. Yankee fans thought he had fun there. Judge not even texting him in the offseason. I was shocked at the confidence of Yankee fans. Shocked. And I said from day one, if you follow me, TikTok Lives, follow me on here, Juan Soto will come to the Mets this offseason. And when I got that text Friday night, nobody believed me when I put it out there. They said, you're making it up or you're reading off Twitter. I never put that stuff out there, and I did. And I was right. And this is about me being right. It's about the Mets signing Juan Soto. And I know Yankee fans, and we already got one of the chats, Yankee fans, I'm not mad. It's a ridiculous contract. It 100% is. But for tonight, you should be mad. And then you move on to the next day and you try to get Anthony Santander if you're the Yankees. But if you're the Mets, now you got your right fielder. Now you pivot to pitching, first base. We'll talk about that. That's maybe for another day. Maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow about, Christian Walker, or does this mean the Mets are going to still go for Pete Alonso, try and bring him back? Are they in on Corbin Burns? Or are they just going to sign Sean Manaea, maybe Walker Buehler? Are they in on Tanner Scott? What do they do? But for tonight, you go to work Monday if you work. Not me, but if you go to work Monday, you celebrate if you're a Met fan. Because this is, I don't know if I want to call it the changing of the guard, but you know, this shows you the Mets are here to stay for a very long time. This is a 15-year commitment. And I think this was also an ego thing for Steve Cohen. It was, I got the deepest pockets and I'm going to get this done. Now it comes out to 51 million a year. It's a lot of money. But Steve Cohen can afford it, and the Mets can afford it. And obviously, the Wilpons, this would have never happened. Previous regimes, this would have never happened. But this was the changing of the guard signing that said the Mets are here. And they mean business now, and they want to win a championship right now. And they got their cornerstone right fielder. Starling Marte's like, all right, I'm good. I'll go to DH or I'll be traded. That's fine. But you got Juan Soto in right, you got Brandon Nimmo in left, and Jose Siri for now in center. And, I guess him and Siri will now be buddy-buddy, we hope, after their blow-up last year. Now, that's a story for another day as well. But, man, what a moment if you're a Met fan. And, of course, there's going to be a fan base that says, I didn't want to do this. We spent way too much. It's not our money. And it's just a different era. It's not something Mets fans were used to having pockets like this, because obviously none of us do, but Steve Cohen does. Unbelievable. A historic day, not just in Mets history, but in the history of baseball. I mean, it's the biggest contract in the history of the sport. Wow, what a moment. It does feel good, too, personally, to be right about this. Because TikTok, Twitter, I had so many people, sources, trust me, bro. No, it was real. And obviously, it was just a hair off. It got to 765. But from Friday to Sunday night, it got to 765. So an extra million a year from what I said on Friday. I'm not going to say reported. I'm not a reporter, but that's the information I got. And they were right. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh, man. What a day. What a day. What a day. Now, who do the Mets get? They get a 26-year-old. He just turned 26 in October. They get a 4-time All-Star, 5-time Silver Slugger, a 2019 World Series champion, a career OBP of 421, getting on base almost every other at bat, an average of 35 and 102 over 162 games. A guy that in all 5 full seasons, because first year he didn't play a full year, and we take out the 2020 season, has played at least 150 games. He's durable. He doesn't really get hurt. At times he's missed some games, but never more than 12 full games in a season. And he's coming off one of the best years of his career. He's going to fit in so perfectly with this Mets team. And the report coming in, the deal includes a $75 million signing bonus, and the Yankees' final offer was 16 years and 760. That's 47.5 million AAV. The Mets offer was 51 million AAV. So this was about the money, folks. Like it was about the team. I think he wants to be a Met. He loves Lindor. He loves Citi Field. He liked where this franchise is going. But this is about the money. He got $3.5 million more per year. The Yankees offered an extra year. But because the Mets were giving him more per year for these 15 with no deferred money, a $75 million signing bonus, he went with the Mets. And I think he made the right choice. 760 for 16. The Mets go 15 for 765. And the largest deal in sports history. This is a historic moment tonight. This is a big moment. Pop a bottle of bubbly. Celebrate. The Mets have their franchise right fielder, one of the best players in the league. And they ain't done yet, folks. They still got 90, 100 million to spend. They still got to figure out first. They got to get an ace. They got to get relievers. They ain't done yet. But now you enter the winter meetings on Monday, ready to roll. Love you, Jake. Soto Mania. Thank you, Jonathan. Had a lot of people coming at me, but I'm 1 for 1. and I got it right. First reported by me, Friday. I'm going to add that to the Twitter bio. Broke the Juan Soto trade. I couldn't believe the confidence of Yankee fans. But they came close. If you're a Yankee fan, you be mad at night, you wake up tomorrow and you say, let's go get Anthony Santander. I don't think this is the end of the world for the Yankees. I don't. We're going to go live on TikTok next. I'm going live on TikTok. We'll have all this covered. Mets Magic all over social media. We're going to TikTok next. We're talking here on YouTube right now at Jake Brown Radio. Juan Soto is a New York Met. So it's an overpay, but it ain't our money. Here's what I think. I think Juan Soto is probably worth somewhere around 40 or 45, but you know the old saying, you're worth what someone's willing to pay you. And there was all the talk. He's got no one behind him to hit in the lineup. If he goes to the Yankees, he's got Judge. Well, what did Judge do in October? What did Judge do in the offseason to try to bring him back? Soto wanted the last penny possible if there's no opt-outs, his final deal of his life. Now, I haven't seen yet if there will be opt-outs in this deal. But Juan Soto could be a Met for the rest of his life. And if Juan Soto continues to play the way he has in his career, Juan Soto has the chance to go in the Baseball Hall of Fame with a New York Mets hat on. Let's go. Woo! We did it. We did it, Stearns. We did it, Steve. The all season's not done. There's still lots to do, but tonight you celebrate if you're a Mets fan because this was a big deal. And it's not just about signing Juan Soto, but the fact that you outbid the Yankees is truly the changing of a guard. Really is. Opt out after 5 years. Okay, there it is, Aria. Opt out after 5 years, says Will Salmon. So maybe he's not a Met for life, but for the next 5 years at least, Juan Soto will be a Met, and then maybe he opts out. No deferred money, opt out after 5 seasons, league source says. All right, there it is. I'm fine with that. Listen, next 5 years, your goal for the New York Mets is win a championship. At the very least, you got to win a championship now. Win with Juan Soto. And this move signifies the Mets are all in to win right now. And I think they saw that they were 1 or 2 years ahead of schedule this year. They said, you know what? We did a lot better than what we thought. Let's go crazy this offseason. Verlander's off the books. Scherzer's off the books. We have money. For the Mets, it's time to signify a new era. And I think you move on from Pete Alonso now. Now you got Soto. You have no need for Pete Alonso. He's a boomer bust hitter. It's time to move on. Get a Christian Walker. Get someone else. But now you got, 80 to 100 million around to spend. We'll see if they dip into the luxury tax. But you got your right fielder. You got your heart of the order. The Mets have Francisco Lindor and Juan Soto. They got the Dominican Republic. They got Puerto Rico. Papi Chulo in the building. What a moment for the franchise. And I know Yankee fans are down because, listen, Juan Soto got the Yankees to the World Series. The Yankees won't be the same. They have a huge hole to fill in right field. He meant a lot to the New York Yankees. Financially, they'll have money to spread. They'll be able to spread the wealth now. I don't think it's the end of the world. I still think the Yankees will be good. But that is a massive hole in front of Aaron Judge in that lineup. He meant so much to the Yankees. I mean, what a season he had. And you salivate, start thinking about a lineup with Juan Soto, Francisco Lindor, Mark Vientos. Now I figure out first. We'll see about Pete. I don't think I rule out Pete completely. I just don't think that's the right move. I think it's Christian Walker. I think it's a try. If you can get Vladimir Guerrero now, oh my goodness. If the Mets can find a way to get a deal done, If you're going all in, let's go balls to the wall. Let's go get Vladimir Guerrero in a Mets uniform. And you talk about Soto, Vladdy, Lindor, and we're talking World Series. Obviously, still got to get an ace. You bring back Mania, maybe get Burns and Walker. I don't know what they're going to do pitching wise. Obviously, David Stearns knows he needs arms. But what I'm doing is in the winter meetings, I'm talking to Toronto and trying to get Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in a Mets uniform to play first base for the New York Mets. That's what I'm trying to do. Woo-hoo, let's go. Thumbs up in the chat. Smash that thumbs up. We're reading your comments. We're live on YouTube. Next, we're going to TikTok. This is a historic night that we will remember for a very long time. And if the Mets win a World Series in the next couple of years, you'll remember tonight where you were when the Mets signed Juan Soto to the biggest deal in sports history. You'll remember. Whew. They did it. They did it. We're going to have plenty of reaction this week because there's going to be more moves to come. I expect the Mets probably to do something tomorrow, but for now, they got to figure out the press conference for Juan Soto. Yankees gave it a good shot. Listen, the Yankees offered 16 years. I'm a little surprised they didn't match the Mets offer, though. They were willing to put him into his age 42 season. Now, obviously, with opt-outs. But I'm a little surprised the Yankees didn't match that number. But they had a point they said was too much, and they reached that point. And we've reached the era, guys, of the Mets outbidding the Yankees. Who would have thought we would have saw the day? Remember the Yankees 2000? Remember growing up, getting picked on by Yankee fans your whole life? Dynasty, the Empire, we got the most money. Money doesn't buy championships, but it turns you into a champion. It takes investments like this to take that next step. And boy, is this Mets lineup going to be fun to watch with Lindor, Alonso, Nimmo, Vientos. Maybe this rejuvenates Alvarez. Ooh, let's go. You got Mauricio in the fold. You got Acuna. You got youth coming. You have stars now. Juan Soto should be Pete Alonso's replacement in terms of star power, in terms of power, in terms of 40-homer hitter. That's my thought. Now, if you bring back Alonso, you got a lot of power. You really do. Juan Soto coming off a 41-homer, 109 RBI season, the most homers in a season in his career. He's played 150-plus games in all 5 of his seasons, full seasons, rule out 2020 and rule out 2018, his rookie year. He had a WAR of 7.9 last year. This is a guy who's single-handedly can win you an extra 8 games, and you hope those extra 8 games, or in the Mets case last year, 6 games, gets you a ring, gets you a championship. And for a fan base, for us all starving since 1986, 96, 2006, 2016, now 2025, we've been waiting almost 4 decades for a championship. You can now start thinking about it. Last year, you got to the edge of glory, but you faced a juggernaut. But it takes another juggernaut to try and take down these Dodgers, because the Dodgers right now, guys, are still the favorite. This is still the Dodgers league in the National League, and the Mets are nowhere near done, and neither are the Dodgers in terms of the offseason. We're just getting started. This domino fell, and now we'll see more dominoes fall. So we'll see what happens. We're going live. Bleacher Report just hit me up. We're going to go live in the Bleacher Report app. We're going live on TikTok. We got all coverage of Juan Soto to the Mets. So head to the Bleacher Report app now. We're going there. Then we'll go on TikTok at Jake Brown Radio. We'll reply to your chats. Bleacher Report app will be on in about 5 minutes, 10:45. Head to Bleacher Report app, and we got a live stream coming. We'll talk to you in a bit.